thought slowing down was going to mean I was failing, that I was not being the productive, responsible citizen I should be. But what if doing less is actually the first honest thing I have done in my entire adult life? Busy does not equate to a personality trait. And it actually, and I'll admit it, something I've hidden behind. I have used busy to shield myself from stuff that I didn't want to have to face. The more I had to do, the faster I had to run, the more I had to stay in motion. The less time I had to sit and think the thoughts that I didn't want to think, that I didn't think I was being productive to think. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into this next chapter of our lives, busy shields down. We as Gen X, myself as the forerunner, the flagship, the poster girl for it, raised to be busy, to be productive, to always take on the challenge, never say no. If you're breathing, you got time to do this for somebody or to do it for yourself. This is what built our careers, our families, our self-esteem, our social networks. A lot of busy and a whole heck of a lot of back pain. But after 50, in that wonderful season of life that we women enter, what I'm discovering almost daily is what I could do, the pace I could keep at age 30, 40, 45 without batting an eye or missing a beat. I need more recovery time now. And I'm not just talking the intentional workouts. I'm talking life in general. Leave me a comment down below if you've noticed this change in yourself. Men, you're not immune to this either. Menopause, I hear, is a real thing for y'all. But it's true. We need more recovery time. So we have to adjust our pace of life to accommodate what Mother Nature's doing to us naturally. It doesn't mean we're done. It doesn't mean we can't get out and live and do, etc. It just means we've got to use our energy more wisely. Because I got to tell you, hustle culture ages badly. The more we stay in motion, the more stress we take on, the more lifestyle choices we make to accommodate the schedule that we're keeping, which is going to include, for most of us, lots of additional caffeine and fast food and non-nutritionally based, just convenience eating, it takes its toll. So now that we're moving into this season where we are in the youth of our senior years and we got a lot of life left we want to live, we got to start making better choices. Because honestly, that old saying that we all kind of balked at growing up and through our 20s and 30s, you are what you eat. No, it's so true. We know that now. We now see the perils associated with some of those poor choices and how much better we feel when we do treat our bodies and ourselves better. And as we move into this, we no longer have our youth stamina to trade on, but we've still got energy. And we can support that energy by reduction of stress, which for me is going to mean laying down a lot of what I'm having to do. Some of it's naturally going to sunset and fade away. None of us get out alive. So eventually I will no longer have the responsibilities I do now with my mom. The job itself with this incredible, unsustainable commute will fade, whether that's completely or we can all come to our senses and come up with some sort of hybrid or modified work schedule, work location. And if not, then I'll design my own. That's the reason for the side hustle. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, keep coming back, leave in the comments, and down in the description are links to my other side hustles and things that I am pursuing and enjoying as the hobby that it is right now, but go check that out as well. And something I have really begun to appreciate is that depth of life, relationships, conversations, experiences, so much more valuable to me than a packed calendar where I'm just a bumblebee going from flower to flower, not really enjoying any of it, just ticking boxes. I now take the time to have a one-on-one, face-to-face conversation with somebody I truly want to have a conversation with. I don't suffer fools gladly. I hope you don't either. But when we have to be involved in a situation where there's someone that we don't necessarily want to spend that amount of time with, we don't have to go into depth with them on any subject. We just do the courtesy things and move on. But this morning, I'm headed for a brunch, and it may be a 6-hour brunch with a friend I need to catch up with. I'm going in deep. She's somebody that's been in my life for 20 some odd years. I've watched her grow and mature, and I look forward to diving in deep to finding out how her and her son and her brand new marriage are doing. Quality time. And all I have to do is be out of there by a certain time so I can shimmy back around town to go and see my mom. So the fewer obligations that we choose to have, because that's the magic of going into this next chapter of life, is everything that we are required to do, it can be a choice. It is no longer a requirement to have to get up and go kill something and bring it home. Now, granted, some of us, myself included, will continue to work. So there will be self-imposed obligations there, but they're obligations by our own crafting and our own choice. So whether you are working outside the house so that you have the money to meet your gap when it comes to what you need versus what you have, that's a real thing. That's called a hybrid retirement. We're Gen X, we're inventing it. Let's go for it. And it's becoming the new norm. The retirement that we all envisioned from the Waltons and the Cosby Show and all of the different sitcoms and shows we grew up with, that doesn't exist anymore. We Gen Xers, we're doing it differently. So hybrid retirements, nobody's looking down their nose at you. We're applauding you. You go, because you are still going out killing it and doing what you have to do for you and yours to keep the lights on and to live a life that you're currently designing. It doesn't mean that you won't ever not have to work. It just means that you're making different choices right now while you are still capable of working, whether it's paying off debt or just making sure you've got enough cash piled up. And for some of us who want to leave before 65, start this journey before 65, we're going to have to take on some different expenses. Healthcare costs are one of them. Down in the description, if you don't know what your number is, I've got Master Your Money Plan, and then I've also got the healthcare cost checklist for you to start diving into and figuring out what this looks like. So this is the 6th series. Yes, this is the 6th monthly series and a 7-month tour that I'm taking you along with as I am figuring out my retirement plan. Like, share, subscribe. Keep coming back. Go and binge all of the videos up to this point. And join me on Saturday for the YouTube Live that will conclude this, where we can all hear me give one more soapbox presentation and then just chat. I'll see y'all soon. Stop recording.